A lot of YouTube videos where I have seen baby must-haves suggest things that personally I would never use, or that I have used and I think they're a waste of money. There comes a point in time when you have a newborn where you've spent so much money and you just have to actually ask yourself, is this one of those marketing gimmicks, or is this actually going to help me and make my life easier? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Courtney. Today I'm going to show you all of my baby must-haves for my 7-month-old. In my last video, I spoke about not wanting to spend money and waste money because a lot of things that you think you need when you have a baby, you just don't. Or you buy it thinking that this will be the next saving grace and it will give you so much sleep and ease in your life, and it turns out to be a piece of crap. In saying that, there are still obviously things that I have to buy, being a mother of a 7-month-old, and these things are my absolute must-haves. So let's get straight into the video with product number one. Number one would be these Sippy Cups. Now, they are a lifesaver. I hadn't introduced these to my daughter until she was about 6 months. It took no practice whatsoever for her to get used to the sucking motion of the straw. I think that's just the natural progression of babies when they turn, 6 months old, to start on a straw cup. In saying that, these cups are amazing because babies, when they get a little bit older, they tend to tip up the cup like this and try and mimic, their parents' drinking action. The thing with this cup is the straw inside actually has a weighted bell on the end almost. So if you can see that, it tips with it. So it goes down into the liquid when the cup is upside down, and therefore the baby can still continue drinking. So I think that's really good, and Kingsley, my little girl, is obsessed with it. Now, I got these on sale from eBay. I asked my husband to buy one. He ended up buying 4. So that's men for you. But anyway, they were on sale. He saw a sale ticket, so why not? I think we ended up getting these for about $5 each. Now, they were on sale, as I said. Now, they do come in different sizes. This is the Zoli cup. I also know that there are different brands that you can get with the same weighted straw. So I did see them at Chemist Warehouse and places like that, or otherwise just online. But yes, number one recommendation for water, especially when baby starts having solids, is the Zoli cup. Let's see. Who's this? Hello! Did you hear? Did you? You had a great sleep, didn't you? Were you here just to bring some more baby must-haves? Yes, you did. Okay, you brought some with you. My second baby must-have for 6 months and above are toothbrushes. Now, not just your normal toothbrushes, but your baby lesson toothbrushes. So this comes in a pack of 3 for $10. When your baby starts showing signs of having her milk teeth or his or her milk teeth come through at about 6 or 7 months, you're going to want to start brushing those teeth. It's not natural for babies to obviously have something in their mouth massaging their gums. So you need to start getting used to that motion in their mouth. Let's see. Now, this toothbrush pack comes with 3. So you have number 1, that is, I'll show you, they're little plastic like nubs on the end, and they are just to massage the gums and teeth. Now, that is for when you have 2 to 3 teeth. So once they start to get about 8 teeth at about 8 to 12 months, apparently, although that is relative because Kingsley doesn't have teeth at the moment, you want to start moving up into the next progression. So that is more like a toothbrush, but it is again plastic. And then finally, after 12 months, you have a little mini toothbrush. Now, we try and do this with Kingsley. It is important. I don't think that it is realistic to just start brushing a baby's teeth without getting them used to, having something in their mouth. So we just make it into a fun activity. Like, do you want to do it? Yeah, mummy do. You got to show teacher today? So when she's in a good mood, I'll just put it in there and roll it around. Sometimes I'll sing to her and get it in there just so that she knows that that is a good thing to do. She associates my happiness and singing with the activity, and therefore she does allow me to do it. Number 3 is get yourself a good high chair that is easy to clean. Now, the easy to clean part does normally means that it is not pretty and it is not padded and it is not all of those, doesn't have all of those bells and whistles that we all see. I have bought a new high chair for each of my children and have used them because I started solids at 4 months. The only thing is they are a pain in the ass to clean. You have to take the padding off and wipe it all down. It is a pain. So as soon as they turn 6 months and they can sit up independently, which Kingsley can do, I put her in the Ikea high chair. I would not use any other high chair. It is the most basic, easy to clean high chair, and it is only $22. You can get it worldwide. I honestly love it. It takes up no room whatsoever in the house, whereas the other ones were taking up quite a lot of space. These days, you can get some really funky placemats and cushioners and whatever you want to get. But I personally just used the placemat just to make it look a little bit more pretty. But that accessory is not a must-have. One of the most important ones on my list. So there is a catching device, is what I would call it. It is just a piece of, I guess, plastic that has been designed to fit the Ikea high chairs. Now, this is to prevent food hitting the floor. Everything I give Kingsley hits the floor, and I have a dog, so there is dog hair. Its floors are just generally gross. So this device, would you call it a device? I don't even know what you would call it. This thing sits on the bottom of the high chair and collects all the food that drops. Now this I purchased last week. It isn't here yet, but I can't wait because the amount of times I spend on my hands and knees cleaning up food from the ground that then can't be eaten, it's disgusting, there's hair all over it, wasted food, is amazing. What are you doing over there? So this thing was only about $54, and it is an Australian local business. It was a family, so it's a small business, and I think it's quite genius, to be honest. I said to my husband at first, I don't think we need one. We'll just see how we go. I'm sick and tired of cleaning the floor and wasting food. So this I cannot wait to get, and it is something that I can't believe has not been around. This is until recently. So that is another one of my favorite things for a 7-month-old. Another thing that saves us in the daytime when Kingsley is a little bit more tired, restless, angry, or we're just trying to kill that extra 20 minutes before I put her down for bed, are books. It doesn't matter what time of day it is, Kingsley loves books. She's really at the age now where she's taking notice of the books and the words, and she has the concentration to sit down and enjoy the book. So all the kids in my house, I have 4 older kids, can get involved with that activity, and it is a nice bonding experience for the baby. Now, any books are good books, but the ones that we normally go to are the age appropriate ones, obviously. So the first words, we go and read this. We read this one every day, just so that she's getting familiar with her language and her sight words. Book? No, you got your toothbrush? Okay. Now, Kingsley and most babies really want to play with the books and touch the books. She's pretty good at not touching them while I'm reading, but she still does try and grab them, and I really want her to get familiar with the books on her own time. So because of that, these books are amazing. They are, what are they called? Comfort books, are they? Snuggle books, it's written on it, for God's sake. Snuggle books. So these are books that are really summarized. So I think we all know what Dear Zoo is, and they're summarized. So the pictures are in the books and there's a few words, but these are books that she can chew on, get familiar with, play with herself. Would you like it? Yeah, you like it. You're happy today. Thank God, because yesterday she was a real pain. Another thing that I have now introduced, and I never had it in the cot until about a month ago, is a bed toy. This is Kingsley's bed toy. This is one of the more popular ones that I have heard of. They are called kittens. They come in all different animals, and they also have a book that is associated with the toy. You want Bam? Yeah, you want Bam. So that is Bam. She loves Bam, and when she is upset and she wants to go to sleep and she's not settling in my arms or she's just angry, I put her in the cot with Bam. It works a treat. She plays with Bam and it comforts her to sleep. So she'll play with Bam, she'll cry out a little bit, but because she's got Bam in the cot with her, it does make her comforted enough to lay there and amused enough to lay there and for enough time to put herself to sleep. So that is a winner. Are you just gonna play with everything I pass you? Good girl. Okay, a few other things. Bath seats. I started Kingsley using a bath seat at around 5 months. She wasn't fully able to sit unassisted at this stage, but it did help her have a bath, and it also helped the fact that I have a freestanding bath, and I had 2 operations back to back recently, a few months ago. So bending over in the bath that's quite deep was quite sore for me, and therefore the bath seat was amazing. She sits in the bath seat, it suctions to the bottom of the bath, and honestly, she's as happy as Larry. Also, it enables the kids to have baths with her. So her big brother will often jump in the bath with her and play with her toys, and they can share the bath and she can sit up and I know that she's in there securely. Obviously, I don't leave them alone or anything like that, but the bath seat is where she can feel independent in the bath. And we usually do give her a few minutes time out of the bath seat just to roll around and to get properly washed and stuff afterwards. But the bath seat is the playtime, and that is the best part of Kingsley's day. Another thing that saves me, and I think I did put this in my last video, but I'm going to say it again, are lights. Any type of lights. Any lamp, any singing projector, bubble lights, fairy lights, any type of lights in her room or in your baby's room are a must for me. She often wakes up grumpy or angry, or if I'm trying to change her nappy, she's trying to roll all over the place. The first thing I do when she wakes up, instead of turning the main light on and it hurts her eyes, or opening the blind, is I say lights on, and I pop her little bubble lights, her little fairy lights that are above her bed on, and she instantly is calm and happy and soothed. It is such a nice way for her to wake up, and it's a nice moment that me and her have looking at the lights when she first wakes up. Instead of her trying to get out of my arms to get out the door what's going on, we take a second and I actually can get that little cuddle, because she's so busy at the moment. She doesn't want to sit and cuddle. She wants to play. So it is a really, it is one of my things I use at least 3 or 4 times a day, and they can be cheap. You can get any type of light, and these are the ones that I have. But yeah, as I said, they were all cheap from Kmart, and any type of light. I think you can get LED lights for like $15. I know you can, off AliExpress, and that includes shipping. You know, they are just so cheap and they last forever. So that is my next must-have. My next must-have are clothing, jumpsuits with zips. I know everyone wants to put their baby girls and their baby boys in cute little clothes. I know by this age, you know that that's not practical. It really isn't. But if you've been using like jumpsuits with buttons, what are you doing? I don't even understand. I can't even put her nappy on without like, you know, having to become like Emma Wiggle. So I cannot live without jumpsuits without zips. I can't. So the zip is super easy. I've always used the Bonds ones. This isn't a Bonds one, but I do like to get the Bonds ones. You can always get them on sale. They're about $26 per jumpsuit. I'm not paying $26 per jumpsuit that she just stains and in. I'm not doing it. So what I do is I wait till they're on sale, and I normally get them for about $10 each. And that actually includes shipping most of the time, if you can snag it at the right time. So I always buy a whole heap of Bonds, and that way they also have optional hand covers on them that are obviously part of the jumpsuit. So if I want her hands covered in the night, I'll cover her hands, and during the day when she sleeps, I allow her hands out. So that's also one of my must-haves. Okay, so I have 2 more must-haves left. 1, car toys. If you have a baby like mine that hates the car, every time I put her in it, she screams like I'm pulling off her eyelashes. She won't even go down to the supermarket. As soon as I roll out of that driveway, she's screaming her head off. I don't know what it is. She just hates it. She hates being bored. She hates not being able to see. So car toys, but not just any car toy. If you have a rattle, she'll just fling it across the car and, like, you know, likely smash a window. Car toys that she can actually hold on to, that if she dropped, part of the toy would still be there. So like long toys or like ribboned toys, safe ones of course, or ones that connect to the car seat in some way so that she can hold it the entire time. They are a must-have. I can't go anywhere without her having a toy in her hand these days. And that is just how life is. And yes, car toys. I don't really know what else to say about that one, but car toys. Okay, my last baby must-have, not my most important, but my last, is a baby bouncer or a baby, well, it doesn't really bounce, I guess, but a baby walker / bouncer. Somewhere like an activity center where they can sit up and play. This gives me 5 minutes of peace in my day. Actually, I have one other must-have that is sort of the same thing in this. So I rotate between the baby activity center and her ball pit, and those 2 toys give me the most amount of peace. And you can just get the kitchen cleaned or clean up all the nappies or, you know, make a quick copper or whatever you do for 5 minutes. Actually, she'll stay in them for a lot longer. The stand-up one is great because she feels like she's independent and she can stand there and she's playing with you and the toys can't roll off and like move away and she's not pushing herself away from them. So that one's sort of self-explanatory. Plus, I've noticed it really helps with her leg strength, and holding herself up all day, like on her feet, really does help with, building those muscles in her legs. The ball pit is a little bit different. So the ball pit, she can roll around in. She doesn't normally stay in this one as long, but the balls can't go anywhere. And I find that the fact that they're just all there in her face, and it must be like the feel of it all, she just loves it. She'll roll around, the balls can't go anywhere, they can't get out of her reach, and she's completely occupied and distracted the entire time. Normally when she's playing with a toy and she, you know, moves it away or gets bored of that toy or it gets moved away or rolled, she then calls for me. But with the ball pit, the balls are constantly there and there's so many colors. The distraction of it and the amusement of it just really enthuses her. Like it really makes her so excited. Like that was really cheap as well. That was only from Kmart. So I think that is all my baby must-haves that I have for my 7-month-old. I hope that that helped you in some way. I just thought that I love watching these videos and not all of them are usually accurate. So I hope mine are. Not all babies are the same. Not all babies are going to like the same thing. But I've had 3 now and they sort of have all been similar in what they have liked and what has worked for us. So I hope you take what you need to from this video, ignore what you don't need to. Thanks for tuning in. Watch out for the next video and we will see you again soon. Yeah? You're very cute. Did you poop? Did you poop your pants? Did you? Oh my goodness. You stink like poops. Water. This is the best thing in the world right now. Oh, look at that water. Whoa. Yes. Get some. Oh, look at that. You love it. You do have to watch her because she will just drink the entire cup and then vomit all over herself. There's no self-regulation in anything that she does, except if you want her to eat something, of course, or like drink her bottle, you know, she will self-regulate that. But water is like vodka to her. Vodka for a party girl. Isn't it? You stink. Ow! What can I do with you? You stink it.